Happy Wednesday. Thanks for joining me for a craft night with friends. My name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, where we make cute embroidery kits for beginners. And I'm here every weeknight, Monday through Friday at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. And it's a time that we can relax and craft together. Tonight we are continuing on the garden embroidery. We have the garden all planted, and now we just need to add the fence and the little front yard to there. So the fence is the job for tonight. Let's keep the squirrels out. So, all right, that is the plan. Let's get stitching. All right, you guys, thanks again for joining tonight. All right, so here's where we left off last night. We finished the tomatoes. And we did this entire section down here of like radishes and like little onion or chive tops there. So tonight, let's just get in this fence. We're just gonna go on this fence for a while, and I think we do have a lot of this fence color, but I want like to stitch with long pieces. Okay, good. So we do have a couple long pieces here yet. So I am going to pull one of these out. It looks like we have 2 strands left here. So I'm going to pull one out, or I'm going to separate them. There we go. Zoop. And we'll fold it in half and start stitching. I think I'm going to start here. I want to do like the back parts. And actually this line goes all the way straight down. But yeah, maybe we'll start here, go up, do the little French knot, go back. I don't know. We'll have to figure out the best path, I suppose. But thanks for hanging out with me again here. You guys, I got steamy out here again today. Second summer. It's on its way. I think we're going to do that. We'll start at the bottom here, and then we'll end with this piece right here. Then we can start that way again. All right, I think I got a plan. And we get to go all the way across these stitches here, which I think will be fun. I like doing that. Then it'll look like this fence is in front of that like pretty vine that we did. I'm doing everything, this fence that goes this way, I'm doing that after I do this back fence area so that all of these stitches, this in particular, this line, looks like it's going on top of all the bits that I'm doing now, all the back fencing area. I think this is coming along nice though. I'm having a fun time working on it. And maybe we'll get done with this tomorrow. We'll see where we get tonight. Oh, but man, you guys, it's steamy again. Last week it was weird. I didn't know what to wear because it was cooler but still super humid, so it just felt like, you know, you had the flu. But today it's just back steamy again. All right. So this is a corner post, and all the corner posts have a little French knot on them. So I'm going to do that right away, I think, before moving on. All right. Right now, let's get that little French knot. Hey, Catherine, Arlene, and Patty. Nice to see all of y'all pop in tonight. Just a reminder for everyone, we're doing our live special where if you order $20 or more in the shop at penguinandfish.com, I will throw in a free mystery gift for ya. All right, so now this is where it crosses all the way past these vines. And that's what's going to make the perspective feel correct. Like this fence is in front of that vine a bit. Ooh, this is a weird feeling though. Going right over those leaves. I think it's going to look cool though. Ooh, right there. There we go. So that's now this line looks like it's going in front of, and it physically is going in front of our little like vine that's crawling up the trellis there. And that's going to make like the trellis look like it's behind the fence, kind of like here. It extends beyond the fence. Like if we extended the fence this way more, it would be like on the outside of the fence basically. So, and now this will look like it's on the outside of the fence too. So, all right, let's get this part of the fence. Now this, because we're doing like one of these goofy, like these isometric style perspective drawings, so it's like a game almost, like a video game. It's not like, it's a little different than a normal like 2-point perspective. It is an isometric perspective, meaning it's all just like perfectly equal. And because of that, this stake basically stops here, but it continues right into the next stake. So it's kind of like a goofy little perspective thing with this style of drawing. So we're actually going to stitch straight all the way down, and it's as if we're getting the back post and the front post all at once. But because of the style of drawing, it's going to look normal. So I'm going to do this, and then I think I'm going to just stitch along this bottom line here. So the back fence will be done at this point. Like the entire back fence, this to this. Oh, except for we got that line, that same line to do on that side, but we'll get there when we get to that side. So now this is, now we're kind of on the part that's the front fence of this stake, and it's just going to be a continuation of this line. And it looks like we're kind of doing 5 stitches per line. This one might be a little goofy, but the rest will probably be pretty consistent. They should be all the same as these ones back here. Not really all that important though, as long as you get the line stitched. There you go. And I'm almost out of thread already, but let's just keep going. I'm going to just stitch along this bottom line, and we'll just stitch till we're out of thread, I think. So I'm kind of debating. I kind of think I should do, I don't know, should I do these vertical lines first and then the sideline? Because so now we're getting real picky. Like on the inside here, or on this back part, this is like the inside of the garden, and like that's what we're seeing. And out here we're seeing the outside of the garden, but on the inside of the garden it looks like the stakes are on the inside, because I did the stakes after that top line, so you can actually see that stake line is in front of the top line there. So if we keep that always on the interior of the fence, the interior of the fence is like facing that way. So theoretically I should stitch all these stakes first and then cross over with this upper line here, so that this upper line looks like it's closer to us in the foreground. Meaning all of the stakes are like on the inside, and like the 2x4 or whatever on the outside is on the outside. So that's why like these stakes are on the inside there. If that kind of makes sense. So I'm kind of thinking, I mean that is way down the rabbit hole picky, but I think maybe I will do the stakes first instead of this line first. But we'll use up this floss and do the bottom line. Actually, maybe we'll just jump to the next. Maybe we'll just, I don't know. I was like, maybe I'll just start this stake here, but I think let's just use up this floss and then I'll just do all the stakes. Then we'll finish up this bottom line and then do the top line. I should have probably done the stakes before this bottom line, but as long as we get them before the top line, so the top line can cross over, I think we'll be fine. So we're going right over those grass blades too, because the grass blades we'll put in front of this fence once we get that far. I think we can just we can get all the stakes going in this direction too. Almost done with this thread. Thread number 1 for the night. Ooh, and I think, I don't know, maybe one more stitch. Stretch this thread a little bit. Shoop. All right, let's weave in the end. Oh, I caught a little piece of the fabric there. Uh-oh, I'm gonna lose my thread. All right. There we are. Snip and flip. All right, let's do some of these posts or whatever. And I have one more thread left before I have to cut some more. And actually, I have some scraps too. We could use that up. Let's just I'm going to use this first, but I just want to peek at what we have for the scraps. Oh, we have a pretty large piece here yet. Oh, this is like a full piece yet. Okay, so good. We have a whole nother piece, and then this is it for the scraps. So, great. That's what I like to see. Happy Wednesday, Amy. Middle of the week. Ooh, I have new nails tonight. This is actually the first time I have normal lacquer nails on since I started doing the acrylic dip nails. And I did them because my other nails are just cracking and falling off. They needed to be redone, but I didn't have enough time to do the whole dip nail this afternoon, but I couldn't stand having the nails on anymore. So I'm like, you know what? We're just gonna clean these off and do some normal lacquer nails. So this is kind of a test. Let's see how long these last. I trimmed them way short though again, because with the normal just like lacquer nails or traditional lacquer nails, or I don't know however you want to say it, there's nothing like protecting my nail from breaking, where I feel like with the acrylic nails, like if I accidentally like hit the table or like hit like anything, my nails don't automatically break, whereas with just lacquer nails like this, I feel like they just break immediately if I hit something. So I'm like, we're just gonna start off with short nails. Wear these, maybe, I mean, I'm sure by the weekend, it's Wednesday today, I'm sure by the weekend these will need to be redone. That was the whole point of doing the dip nails, is because like it'd last longer. But, you know, maybe a little more time over the weekend to do it for real again. But I couldn't stand it anymore. I had to do it. So, back to my old nails today, but it feels kind of nice. Oh, Amy says it's a pretty color. Yeah, I gotta use my old colors that I had too. And I had just bought some new colors before doing the dip nails, and I'm like, man, I haven't really gotten to use these hardly, so every once in a while, I guess I will switch back. Alright, these are going pretty quick. Got 3 done already. I'm doing like a forward stitch on the last one just to like place that last line, and then when I jump over to the next line I'm doing another forward stitch, and that jump is right where I'm doing these back stitches, so you won't be able to see it like if you hold this up to the light or something. It'll just blend into that. Oh, thanks, Arlene. Arlene says the garden scene is just charming. I'm liking it. I got to sit outside a little yesterday by the garden, and that felt nice. I was gonna chop up all the vegetables and stuff that we got from my parents' house today, but I didn't get to that. So maybe tomorrow. Oh gosh, we might be able to get all these little posts done with this thread that I got yet. So this last post again is a corner post, so that'll have the little French knot. But actually, now that I'm here, maybe I'm gonna actually jump back to this line here, and I might as well just finish that bottom line. I think that'd be better. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna hop back here and see if we can get this thread going all the way to the corner there. All the veggies are still there, so the squirrels didn't eat them overnight, so that's nice. all these would be gone if we had a day without a fence. There'd be nothing on any of these except for like the onions might still exist, and the kale. Like, let's call this kale in the back. That would probably still exist. The squirrels are kind of meh on those things, but everything else 100% would be eaten. Alright, we have a little bit left. Let's see if I can crawl up this edge. I probably won't be able to do that French knot, but these couple little stitches maybe. It would be awesome if I could get that little French knot though. French knots are annoying to do when you don't have that much floss left, but man, it'd be nice to get it. I think I'm going to try. Alright, French knot, and then we'll weave in our end. Zoop. Alright, there we go. Weaving that in. Man, we used that floss up pretty quick. But this is making me feel like maybe we'll get this whole fence done quickly, which is great, because it'd be nice to get like some of those flowers in front done, something like that. Because we got all the little corner flowers. There we are, and we got this last piece of floss, and then we'll have to cut more. Ooh, we're gonna get a knot here. Nope, we're good. There we go. All right, I guess we just start these guys. Let's see, how do we do it so we end at the bottom? Let's just, oh wait, I kind of want to end up here, going all the way to the top. So if we did that, we'd go zoop, 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 zoop. So we'd start at the top here. Although now that I think of it, there's no way I'm going to get that far with just one strand of thread, but whatever, we can still like pretend like we will. Through that loop. Okay. Oh, Amy, that would be amazing. Amy says they're thinking that some seed beads would be pretty for the tomatoes. That would be freaking adorable. Ugh, so cute. I gotta think about using beads and stuff more often in my embroidery. I have like so many cute beads, like from the 90s when I was making beaded bracelets and stuff. I used to make them for people at school. Um, like woven beaded bracelets, like where you have like the loom and you are going just like row by row so you can actually design like little patterns and stuff. Almost like cross stitch, like each bead is like a square on the loom, and oh my gosh, that was so fun. I should do that again. I don't know why, except for that it's relaxing and fun. Ooh, this post gets to overlap a whole bunch of stuff, so that's fun. We are gonna overlap that eggplant there. And what do we call this? That mound. We're gonna go right through the eggplant, I think. Yeah, right there. That's fun. I like it. Oh, now we got a little front gate here. So this gate has a French knot on it. So let's get that right away. And we have this little X going through it. Let's see, how should we do that? I think maybe just dun, 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 dun. And then we'll have to jump to the next one. Yeah, let's do that. All right, get the little French knot. Although I suppose why have the gate if we don't have a gate on the back? Garden's maybe a little silly. Didn't quite design this garden to keep all the squirrels out. Alright. I'm gonna go up that diagonal now of the fence, or of the gate. I think this is gonna be 6 stitches. I'm going for speed stitching tonight, I suppose. Oh, I was gonna maybe do the sewing method, but I don't know. I'm feeling nice and chill with the stabbing method tonight of stitching, so I think we'll just stick with it. Alright, we're gonna get that first stitch to come down this side, but we're gonna get that French knot right away. So this side of the gate has a little French knot too. It's going to kind of overlap this raised bed here. There we go. And we'll keep going down this side, and then we'll come back up that way. And then we're kind of far away from the next spot, so maybe I didn't plan that out real well, but well. Hey, Kate and Cassie. Getting this gate done. Actually, you know what? I might jump all the way up here, because then I'll end up here, and that's an easier jump to the next spot. I think I have a few more. I'll have a few more stitches in this floss. Oh, the gate's cute. We need a gate on ours. We just kind of step over a short part of the fence. Oh, I did not end up where I wanted to be, though. Oh, well. I was hoping I'd end up at the bottom here so I could go straight up, but I am not at the bottom. So I'm not quite sure where I should go next here. Maybe it'll be out of floss by then. Alright. Oh wait, that doesn't need a French knot. I was just about to put a French knot at the top, but that doesn't need one. You know what? I think I'm gonna jump way the heck up here. I know you'll theoretically be able to see that jump beneath, but I don't know. I got enough floss that I want to come straight down on here. So here's that kind of thing again where, because it's an isometric drawing, we're actually going to go straight all the way down, even though it's almost like it's the back post and the front post at the same time. I think we'll get this front post done. So that's like all the posts that we got done. So now we just can shimmy sham around the edges. So I think we'll start here, go doop, zoop, zoop, and then we'll be done with the fence. So I got 2 more stitches here. We'll weave in the end, and then I got to cut a whole new piece. I don't know, I think should I stick with the big pieces? I think I might cut a smaller piece, like an 18-inch piece, instead of double that. And then I will just take out 2 pieces and we'll weave in the end. So I won't do the loop method, just because I think I'll end up with more complete thread left over. I think doing it that way. Alright. You're done. Alright, let's grab some more thread here. I'm still using my kit cover as my little tray here, and that's working well. Alright, so we're going to grab my 18 inches or so. And let's get 2 strands out of here. Instead of the 1 that I'm going to fold in half, we'll do 2. Two shorter pieces instead of 1 folded in half. Alright. And then I was going to start here, so I think I'll just I'll weave into this back of those stitches to secure the end. Alright, this guy right here. 1. 2. Oop, caught. Went a little too high there. There we go. We pulled out that stitch a little bit up top, but I think we're fine. Alright, 3. Alright, and let's do this bottom edge. And we'll hop up and do the top edge. It looks like we have all the French knots done on our top little bits there. So just 3 straight lines and the fence is done. Okay, and Cassie says, wow, you got a lot done. Yeah, yesterday we got the rest of the tomatoes done. Or we put cages on the tomatoes and we put the actual tomatoes in. And then we did this entire area here. So got a full garden planted yesterday. And now we're just trying to cage it all in. Except for that little doorway where the squirrels can get in still, I suppose. But yeah, this is gonna definitely feel like we got the bulk of it done. I am just realizing that we do have a lot of satin stitched little stones. I think they look so pretty, satin stitch, but there's a whole pile of them, and they do take some time, so that'll take a little while. I think next I want to kind of get these flowers on the corners done. I'm hoping we can do that tonight. Yeah, that'd be kind of fun. Pile of French knots. I think we'll do the lazy daisy stitches first, or the single chain stitches, I should say. So there's just 6 of those, 2 for each flower. I think we can use some scraps for that. We got some dark green scraps here. Oh, actually, we should do that all at the same time as all this grass, because the grass is the same color. So maybe I'll skip that, and we'll just do all the purple French knots. And then we'll get some green out and do all this grass plus the little leaves of those flowers. That's what we'll do. So French knots first, purple first, then we'll just do a whole pile of green, and then maybe we'll do the rocks after that. Although we do have a bunch of little purple, extra little like clovers and stuff hanging out in there, so we'll have to jump around with that purple a little bit. So there's a little bit more purple than I was thinking, but we'll do it. We'll hang out in purple land a little bit. I think we'll have time for that. Alright, 2 more stitches here, and we'll hop up to the top. And again, the top will just be stitching straight across so that it looks like the 2x4 is on the outside of the garden and the stakes are on the inside. Because up here we did the stakes on the inside and the 2x4, let's call it, is on the outside. So we need to look the opposite of that here because we're looking at the outside here. Alright, so this is going to cross over right here. I'm going to try and make sure that these stitches cross over every vertical stitch. This line should look like it's the most front thing as far as this fence goes. There, like here too. We're going to make the stitch in front. So subtly, it'll look like the stakes are on the inside. Although I think I should do it differently for this gate. I think I'm going to have this gate look like it's on the outside. So I'm going to actually do a forward stitch, and we'll stitch so that I'm like underneath that gate. There we go. And same thing here. I'll let that gate live out front. So we'll do like 4 stitches, and then all the rest I'll go in front again. Then the gate's a teeny bit special. There, tuck that behind again. Oh, Amy says, I've been working on my pillowcase cuff embroidery. It's taking a lot longer than I thought. Yep. Finish it in little chunks of time, and it'll get there. All right, now I'm going in front of everything again. Oh, you fell asleep. Cassie says it fell asleep during the uh, eggplant portion. Yep, this is kind of. I've definitely put lives on and taken a nap. For sure. There's something about the live format that I like. I think it's a time thing. Like, you don't always know when they're gonna end, so you can just kind of let them be. There's no like real super hefty structure to them. Like, like a TV show. Like, there's no like plot to follow and stuff, and that just makes it more chill and relaxing, I think. I don't know. Arlene says, considering the density of this piece, it has moved along quite rapidly. Yeah, this is definitely a dense piece, meaning there's like lots of stitching in here. It's not like open and airy, which is fun. We don't do those often. I like our projects that kind of take like, the week long. So that's about 5 hours or so. And I kind of cruise through these. So like let's say like 5 to 8 hours. This one, what is this? I think this is hour 7 that we've been working on this one. And I suspect it'll probably take 8 or 9. But yeah, a bit longer than our normal ones. But yeah, there's a lot, this is like just basically filled with stitches. And I'm almost out of this, which is a bummer because, we only have that line left. Definitely not going to make it there. But I have more floss here, so we're fine. I think this is it for this color, though, is this fence. We'll do one more, and then I'll weave in and get some more. There we go. Flip. Let's weave in that end. Strands. Let's see. I'll try separating it like this again. I don't usually like doing it like this because it can get just all jumbled up there. I think you're way less likely to get in a knot or like a twisty craziness by pulling them out separately, but I don't know. That was a good reminder that I don't like doing it that way anymore. I like pulling out the single strands. Alright, I'm going to weave in right where I ended, and we'll just start up right away. This actually may be a little bit more twisty because I didn't take the 2 strands out separately. Is this the rest of the orange? I think so. Yep. Yep. Or the goldenrod, I should say. This is our goldenrod color. Oh, it's an hour later for you, Kate and Cassie. Time for bedtime. Yeah, I used to actually, a few years ago, we used to do this an hour later. But yeah, that was getting too late for me, and it was late for a lot of people, so I started an hour earlier. But yeah, we used to do this from 9:30. Nah, that couldn't be right. Did we used to do this at 9:30 to 10:30? Some of you guys that have been here a long time might remember. I feel like I remember changing it to be an hour earlier. But were we really doing it that late? Like, it wasn't the other direction. Like, I wasn't doing it earlier and then I decided to do it later. I think it was later and I decided to do it earlier. Oh my gosh, we were doing this late. Ugh, kind of makes me tired thinking about that. Oh, Amy says 9 to 10, I think. Okay, 9 to 10. All right, so we moved it back a half hour then. Alright, I'm going to cross over the next 2 stitches, I think. Amy says, yes, we did, yeah. That was late. I don't really want to do it earlier than we do now, because then we get into, like, supper time and all that. Alright, there we are. Ooh, okay, so we had a... This is reminding me of... I don't know why this is reminding me of that, but Jen and I had a conversation yesterday, and I'm curious what you guys answer. So, hold on, let me show you for a sec. So, with this embroidery of the month came a freebie, and the freebie for this month was this Celebrate Fall greeting card. So this is I think like a 5x7 greeting card. So this for the rest of August will come for free when you get the Embroidery of the Month kit, which is this kit. So, out of curiosity, let me know, everyone, what do you call these little long, sugary, candy little bits? I want to hear what you guys, the different things that they're called. There was a whole discussion for us the other day. And then I had to survey my family. Oh, wait, Arlene says Jimmy's. Catherine says Sprinkles. Arlene, just out of curiosity, what general region are you from? Alright, I'm going to pull a long piece of this purple. I think this is a this is a doubled up piece. And we're going to start on all our little French knots. Amy says Jimmy's. I'm surprised there's more Jimmy's than okay, oh, in Maine. Okay, so Arlene says in Maine they call them Jimmy's. Interesting. Amy says Jimmy's. Amy and Amy says Jimmy's. Okay, Paula and Shirley say Sprinkles. So I'm between both of those, but like my logical brain says Sprinkles, but like my instinct says Jimmy's, which makes me think that, oh, we grew up with Jimmy's. And then I polled my family, and my mom said Jimmy's first. But I think what is more common in the U.S. is probably Sprinkles. So I'm actually very excited that all y'all said Jimmy's. Amy says from Vermont originally, Jimmy's. Okay, cool, all right. I'm happy with the Jimmy's train. Kelly says Sprinkles. Cerulean says Sprinkles. I feel like nowadays I say Sprinkles, but my brain says Jimmy's first, and then I say Sprinkles, and then I immediately get curious on what other people call it. I think I've learned to just call them Sprinkles, though. I think I grew up with them as Jimmy's. I used to make caramel apples. And maybe that's why I've been calling them Sprinkles. Because maybe we had to call them Sprinkles at the apple orchard. I don't remember. That was a long time ago. That was high school. So in the UK, they're called hundreds and thousands. I don't know if anyone's heard of that before. Arlene says, I guess the Northeast goes with Jimmy's. Okay, I'm so happy that people have been saying Jimmy's. Oh, yes, I'm a natural blonde. That's Genesis. Jimmy's, I cannot believe it. Kelly says, I've never heard them called Jimmy's. Oh, from Michigan. Oh, that's surprising. Yeah, because that's, I'm from Wisconsin, so in my head it's like a Midwest thing, but Northeast. So that's exciting to hear that there's other places that call them Jimmys. I couldn't imagine calling them hundreds and thousands, though. Oh, interesting. So Jenna, or I've never heard them called. Yes, I'm a natural blonde. Says, well, if the name Jimmy's originated in Pennsylvania. Oh, that makes sense because I think we were reading about it, and it. Oh wait, it wasn't the Hershey's factory. It was some other. It was the factory that. I don't know. We had to look it up, and there was some story on how the person who made them at the company that's now like the Peeps company, I don't know, was named Jimmy. Like the manufacturer was named Jimmy, so I don't know how that can be true though, but anyway, that's what we read that. Oh, Catherine says sprinkles make sense, but how did Jimmy's come about? Well, like the one little thing we read was that the person in the plant that made them was named Jimmy. So they just called them Jimmy's, but that doesn't seem right. I don't know if I believe that. But anyway, that's where that is. I'm gonna have to do some more research on that though, because I love calling them Jimmy's. But I think I call them Jimmy's in my head first, and then I have to catch myself because I'm like, no one knows what Jimmy's are, and then I say sprinkles in normal conversation. If we happen to be talking about them, which is totally a normal conversation to be having. Ooh, Arlene, are those other words for them? I've heard just sprinkles, Jimmy's, and then the hundreds and thousands, which is so silly to me, but makes sense, I suppose. This is a nice little dense, oops, did I? Yeah. Nice little dense patch of purple flowers here, although I think I'm getting a little twisted. Kelly says, now I'm going to pull everyone I know now. You have to. So my mom said we have a family Discord, and I asked the fam, and I have to look see if I got any more responses today, but my mom said Jimmy's immediately, so she was the first to respond, and I'm like, okay, that must be why I have Jimmy's in my head first, because mom called them Jimmy's. But then one of my brothers said sprinkles, but then immediately after he said hundreds and thousands, and I think he was just trying to be a smart butt, because we definitely do not call them hundreds and thousands. But I think that's a fun way to call them. Hundreds and thousands. It's just so silly. Oh, Amy says, some argue the rainbow colored ones are sprinkles and Jimmy's are the brown. Or vice versa. All Jimmy's to me, she says. Yep. They're all Jimmy's to me too, but in a public setting, I'll call them sprinkles sometimes. There we go. There's a cute little bit of flowers. Oh, yes, I'm a natural blonde. Says, same, Kelly. I've been asking everyone. We asked John, and he looked at us because Jenna was over, and I asked her, and she said sprinkles, and then John came over and asked him, and he said sprinkles, and I said that we call them Jimmy's, and he looked at me like he had never heard that word before. So that was kind of funny, I thought. So I know we have some Aussie folks here. What do you guys call them? I was kind of curious if you were in the hundreds and thousands crowd. I feel like I'm going to call them Jimmies more often now. It's just fun to say Jimmies. All right, I'm going to get this French knot, and then I have one more on this side of the like little stone path right up here. So I think I'll weave in my end there, and then we'll start, I guess, with the two over here, and then get the next batch of little, like, I don't know, zinnias or whatever these are. Yeah, because I don't think my thread's going to get all the way over there, so let's just weave it in here and get a fresh piece. Ooh, Cerulean says international names for cotton candy are super fun. So I've heard of like fairy floss is a thing, right? Who says cotton candy and who says something else? Cotton candy for me. That's the one thing I feel like I have to get from the fair is some cotton candy. Which, I don't know, is crazy. That's some crazy stuff, cotton candy. Catherine says cotton candy. Yeah, I've heard, I guess, fairy floss. Unless I'm not making that up. That's the thing that people say, right? Oh, candy floss. Amy says New Zealand says candy floss. Candy floss. Cotton candy. I could see it. I could see that. Because it is kind of like these strings of floss almost. It is so cottony, though. Cotton candy is like the perfect name for that. Oh, Amy says I have to get a lemonade at fairs. So at our fair, we specifically have to get the pretzel. And then we haven't been for years, but we'll get the pretzel and we'll go to like the beer area where they have a bunch of different local beers. And we usually get a corn on the cob. But the big thing at ours is like this bucket of cookies. But I don't know, that's not for me. So people are carrying around this whole big bucket of cookies everywhere. That is definitely the thing of our fair for food. And then, everything on a stick or whatever. But everyone's got to get Aunt Martha's, I think that's what they're called. Oh, wait, no, Aunt Martha is the embroidery, are the embroideries. What is it then? Is it Aunt Martha cookies? That can't be right, because that's the embroidery thing. Oh man, now I'm all messed up. Sweet Martha. Is it Sweet Martha? Oh man. I don't know. Minnesota State Fair people, what the heck are they called? I'm totally blanking. I think it's Sweet Martha. Although I totally don't know now. But yeah, everyone will just walk around with this giant, like, over the top, like the cookies are. Like, over the edge. And they make them all there, too, so it's just, like, butter and eggs, and they go through, like, a zillion eggs a day. I think they had, like, stats on it once, like, how many eggs and, like, pounds of sugar or whatever they go through. It's literally, like, sugar and eggs. But I think they said, like, they make, they work, like, 2 weeks, right? That's it. That stand is open 2 weeks, and they make, like, millions of dollars in that 2 weeks. Just from those buckets of cookies. That oven going. They gotta have, like, an oven going that whole time, I suppose. Is it Lydia? I don't know. That doesn't sound quite right. But it could be. I don't know. Oh, is that the... Wait, I don't know. Oh, Sweet Martha. Oh, Yes, I'm a Natural Blonde says Sweet Martha sounds right. Sweet Martha. Yeah, that sounds right. Gosh, it's been a while since I've been at the fair. It's so busy just all the time, though, and it's just, like, too much sometimes. Oh, I think what we usually start, though, is, like, I like going to see the animals, so we'll see all the llamas, and I don't know, chickens and sheep and pigs and all that. I do kind of like seeing all the animals. But, even after doing that, you're exhausted and it's just a lot of people. Ooh, dang, Arlene says ours is lobster, steamed clams, and corn on the cob. Dang, that sounds nice. John has cousins, or like a cousin that lives in town, and we have other friends in town too that they do like every day of the fair. Like, I couldn't imagine going every single day. Oh god, I'm exhausted after like one afternoon of it. But yeah, Arlene says the animals are the best. So I love going to see the animals, and then I like going to the craft barn and the art barn, but they are at complete opposite ends. So it depends where we park, but usually we'll start at the animals and then we gotta walk through everything. But we walk past the pretzels and the beer on the way there. But yeah, it's pretzels and beer and corn on the cob. That's all on the way over. But yeah, I love the craft barn so much and the art barn. But just seeing all the like quilts and crocheted pieces and just all of that crafty stuff. And sometimes they do like demos on different things, and that's the best part. I love that barn, but it's literally at the complete other end of the fair, and I feel like it's like miles of fair too. It's just crazy. And I'm talking about the Minnesota State Fair. I do like looking at the vendors and stuff too, but I think they have a new big vendor area since we were kind of going. Oh, Noeline says, hi, I'm late. Oh yeah, gosh, I'm nearly finished. I did get the fence in today. But hey, Noeline, I have a question for you. As an Aussie. Oh, Aussies call it fairy floss. What do you call these little guys right here? So these little like sugar cylinders that are kind of like long and just like that you stick on the top of like a cupcake or a caramel apple like this. What do you call those? We're having a debate. And I was curious what the Australians call those. All right, I'm getting all sorts of twisty here. All right, I'm going to get a couple of these French knots that are hanging out on this side, and then we'll, I guess, get another piece of purple. Because I'm not done with all these little French knots yet. Around here, I think I get this one and this one. Maybe I'll get that one and be able to weave in the end yet. Ugh, yeah, it's kind of getting short here. Oh, you call it a toffee apple. I mean specifically those things, I'll show you again. The little bits, those little candy bits that are on... That's funny that you call it a toffee apple, though. Like, what do you specifically call, like, these little candies? That's what I'm wondering. A toffee apple. See, that just feels not quite right, because toffee in my head is different than caramel. To me, toffee's like hard and like will break when you bite it, versus caramel, which is gooey. All right, I am going to try and get this last little guy right here, and then we'll weave in the end, and then I can pop over to the last one there, and we got just like 3 little extra French knots there. Ooh, it's tough to do French knots with this little thread, though. All right, there we are. We're getting there. Little purple freckles all around this. It'll look better once we get all the grass in. Oh, Noeline says sprinkles are hundreds and thousands. Okay. What do you think is used more? I was wondering if you guys called them hundreds and thousands. So I think sprinkles is probably the kind of probably most common way in the U.S. to call them, but we've had like a bunch of people calling them jimmies here, and that's kind of what I call them. I think originally is jimmies. I'm kind of like 50-50 between sprinkles and jimmies now. But more people than I thought called them jimmies, so I'm proud of all y'all Jimmy people. Arlene is asking, do you call them candy apples or sticky apples? Oh man, I haven't definitely caramel apples here. And to me, candy apples are a different thing too, because that's like a kind of like a hard like almost like a hard candy on the outside, or maybe I'm wrong on that, but that's what it is in my head. Noeline is asking, so was Jimmy's the brand name? I don't think so. So the only thing in my very quick Google search, which, just brought to some random blog post that probably didn't know what they were talking about either, they said that Jimmy was like the guy on the manufacturing line that actually made them. So they just called them Jimmy's at the factory, but that seems like a stretch. So I don't know if that's true. But maybe it was. Who knows? Oh, it's 9:32, you guys. I think I'll just, well, you know what? Let's finish up these purple dots. There's not that much more to do. Let's just get them done. I don't know why I started way over here. I guess I'm getting these French knots done first. We'll finish up these purple French knots, and then, I don't know, tomorrow I think we'll just start on the grass. That'll make me feel like we got a lot done, just starting on the grass. But the rocks are satin stitch. Those will take a little bit of time. And then we still have these little dudes hanging out here. Actually, if we have enough of this purple, it'd be great if we could hop up there, because that little dragonfly is purple. I'm not sure we'll have enough, but we'll try. So I'll get all these French knots done, and if we can, I will hop up there. But I suspect we might need another piece. Oh, Amy says, or Arlene says, next time I go to the market, I'll go to the baking aisle to find out what it says on the container. You've piqued my curiosity. I'm sure it says, like, candy sprinkles or something. I bet you it doesn't say Jimmy's. Yeah, okay, so Shirley, that's what it is in my head. Shirley says, I only remember candied apples growing up, a hard, sticky, red candy coating. Yeah, so that's what it is in my mind. I am not sure I've ever seen one in real life, but that's what it is in my head, is like a hard, sticky candy coating, like almost as if, I mean, like, this is what it, again, I haven't seen one in real life. This is more like my imagination, but it's just like a Jolly Rancher coated apple almost is kind of what that is in my head. Noeline says no caramel apples in Australia. Gosh, how would you even eat a candied apple? Like, how do you get in there? Sounds like a way to break teeth. It can't be that hard. It can't be like a Jolly Rancher. Oh, Amy says, in the baking aisle, it's definitely sprinkles, but we still say Jimmy's. Now I gotta research that some more. Because I don't know. I need a source. Give me a source for it's the dude on the manufacturing line named Jimmy. I don't know if I trust that. So I'm gonna have to dig into that a little bit more. Alright, 4 more of these fillers, and then let's see if I have enough to hop up. Here it's just like 2 single chain stitches, and then like, I don't know, maybe one stitch going down the middle to finish it up. So will I have enough thread for that? Because otherwise I need a whole other piece of purple for just that, because this is it for the purple, is these French knots and that little dragonfly. It's gonna be close. And I gotta jump up there too, which will take a little bit. Oh, interesting. E. Joyner says the candy-coated apples are made with melted cinnamon or cherry candies. Huh. Interesting. Oh, it is like a Jolly Rancher. Shirley says yes, like a Jolly Rancher, but no fruit flavor. So more of like so either like a cinnamon or a cherry candy, I guess. Cinnamon, I could see that being interesting. But, like, how do you eat it? Do you eat... Oh, Arlene says it is tricky on how messy it is. So do you, like, I don't know, like, lick the outside off first? Like, you can't just bite into that, can you? Nolene's like, what's a Jolly Rancher? Oh, a happy farmer! That's funny. Oh my god, if you have a thing called a happy farmer, that would be so crazy if it was the same thing as a Jolly Rancher. Oh my gosh, you guys, I like just made a knot here. How did I do that? Did I not go into the back of the fabric? Weird. Okay, maybe I should finish this French knot and like I literally made a knot, but I don't think I went in the back. So weird. I just totally just made a knot on the front. I'm gonna have to like look back at how I did that, because I literally just made a knot in my thread. Did I just tie a knot and not go to the back of my fabric? That is so weird. But anyway, it's in the piece now. I got an extra little knot hanging out here. Weird. A Jolly Rancher is just like, how big would it be? Like maybe 3/4 of an inch by like a 1/4 inch all the way around. So it's kind of like a little rectangle or like a little brick of just hard candy. And it's usually like really sweet, like a watermelon flavor or like a strawberry or something. You cannot bite into it. It'll break before it has any give when you bite in. All right, I'm gonna hop up here, see if I can get these little bits here. So you have to suck on it. Okay, Shirley says, with the candied apple, the ones I had were not cinnamon or cherry. You would lick it and then bite into the candy. Oh, is it just like a sugar, like a generic, like just like a sugar flavored? Like just like plain sugar flavored, maybe? Oh, Catherine says, Jolly Ranchers can be so sour you can't get your mouth unpuckered. That's right, they could be sour. I haven't had one in ages. Oh yeah, like a really hard lollipop. Exactly. But the shape, yes, exactly. Like a really hard lollipop. You can't bite into it. You gotta like suck the whole thing. Oops, lost my needle here. But yeah, little, I would say, I mean, not so little, but I would say 3/4 of an inch by a 1/4 of an inch by a 1/4 of an inch. So kind of like a little rounded rectangle, a little bit, would be the shape of it. And then all different flavors. But yeah, tart. Yeah, it would be so sweet and, sometimes tart that, yeah, it's just like too much flavor for the mouth, basically. Alright, I'm gonna have just enough floss for this little dragonfly. Let's get one little stitch going across these wings, and that is it for the purple. Let's weave in the end. I'm so happy I had enough thread there so I didn't have to start a whole new piece. So I'm just going to weave in the ends here. And we'll call it an evening. So tomorrow, I mean, we'll see how far we get, but I'd like to get the grass done and then see how far we get with the stones, that stone path in front. But if we could finish that and finish the 2 little birds, that would be that for this piece, and we'd have like a free Friday day, which would be kind of cool. All right, so there we are. We got the fence in completely, and we started our little corner flowers there. So we don't have the leaves at the bottom of them yet, but it's the same color as all the grass, so I figured I'd just get them when we do the grass. But lots of little baby French knots looking all cute. All right, you guys. Let's call it an evening, I guess. All right, so there we are. We call them boiled lollies. Are they striped? They are not striped, Jolly Ranchers. They are colored. Like they're different. They're only one color each, but they come in like a whole bag of different colors. And they're that kind of like colored glass looking. So they are see-through. They're not like milky or anything like that. They're like a clear tinted color. Jolly Ranchers. And they come in like those little cellophane little twisty bits, twist ties, so they have like 2 little like ends that twist up and hold the little mini rectangle. Gosh, they kind of hurt my teeth thinking about them, because you suck on them like forever and then you want to bite into them, but they're too sticky to bite in, so you might crack it, but they'll also be like stuck to your teeth then, and you won't be able to get them off. God, it's been a long time. But awesome. Yeah, so candy talk. We can definitely have more of this tomorrow. That's fun. But anyway, thanks again for coming, you guys. We are well on our way to finish this little pretty garden here. Just a reminder, if you order during this live, or, I'll let it be a little after here too, so another 10, 15 minutes or so. If you order $20 or more in the shop, I will throw in a free mystery gift. And the embroidery of the month, which is this garden, also gets our Celebrate Fall caramel apple greeting card that we've kind of been talking about today a little bit. And that will be free in that kit through the end of the month here for the embroidery of the month. So awesome, you guys. Thanks again. Oh, we'll have to have a show and tell of candy. That means I'd have to buy all that candy, which would be a problem. I can't have that in the house because that's all I'll eat. And then I'll, be on a crazy sugar high. All right, you guys. Have a lovely rest of your evening. I will see you tomorrow. Good night.